Here. This is just a brief video following my two videos on Junior Certificate German teaching and learning methods approaches, and the other video on skill set developments, in which I discussed the solo method, which is the structure of observed learning outcomes based on empirical evidence, um, that increases the complexity of a student's understanding of a subject. So, in this theory, we have what's known as a prestructural knowledge, where students have no knowledge of the concept or lack of confidence in the subject area. So, the lack of confidence is an important issue that would need to be tackled to get this off the ground. So, focusing on the the unistructural knowledge is where students attempt to make simple and obvious connections between pieces of information, but their significance is not grasped. So again, they're utilizing prior knowledge, but there's no bridging, there's no scaffolding. They're just trying to parse and puzzle it together based on their short-term memory retention of previous lessons. Um, and it also may identify um, gaps in their academic process that needs to be addressed. So the example here is when I'm doing co-curricular learning or with another teacher, for example, a history teacher and a German, myself, identifying the reason why World War One started, or the Great War, and identifying him with Hitler in 1930s. So bearing in mind, obviously, Hitler's role in World War One was minimized in that he fought in the war because he saw the unification of Germany and Austria as inevitable, and he had a lost desire towards das Vaterland, the fatherland. So he as a soldier in the army, was wounded, then went back again, then came back, and then the rest I'll discuss in the video. When a video regarding the Mein Kampf. So after that, then you have the multi-structural phase, where students make several connections, but their significance of their relationship is not demonstrated. So when I was talking about the learning engine, whereby the need for student demonstrating their practice and finding out via group work what part of the student's cognition are they getting right or wrong, and then addressing that issue immediately there and then, or at the next suitable time, just to make their students make satisfactory progress in the lesson. Focusing on the fact of, and pre-structural is something before, unistructural is something they're doing at the moment. They're trying to make linear connections between items, information. Multi-structural, they're trying to layer their information and make it a little more conceptual. For example, list the reasons why World War One started, list the grievances Hitler had with the Treaty of Versailles. Again, I'll discuss that in another video on Mein Kampf. The next is relational information, where students can explain complex relationships between various pieces of information. So you're going from any abstract information, you're deducing knowledge, is going into concrete evidence. When I mean evidence, is you as the educator can see evidence that the student understands it and can explain it and has a good grasping of the idea. So compare reasons for the outbreak of World War One and rank in order of importance, or explain why Hitler took the actions he did in the 1930s. And then the extended abstract knowledge comes in form students can make new connections which can be applied to wider contexts and new situations. So outstanding progress is, for example, if Britain and Germany had formed an alliance, would there have been a war? If you introduce a concept or an idea or a piece of grammar or a topic in German, that the student can apply that learning to something else that's not even on your lesson plan, but it demonstrates a wider functional reasoning of the student.